So let's start to break it down as far as the game.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
We're just kind of all over the place, which is fine. Hope you guys are good with it. But Michigan's defense, what are your? I'm gonna kick it to you.
Look, Aidan Hutchinson, he's, I gotta give that kid so much credit because, he broke his leg last year, and he's already seen as an NFL talent. A guy who probably last year with the broken leg probably would have got drafted second, third round. He would have got drafted in the first 2 rounds, just based on his talent alone and potential. But he came back, and it's not like Michigan had, were favorites to win anything big this year, and he came back anyway because he wanted to beat Ohio State. He wanted to leave an impression here, right? And he came back and he's improved. And he's dominating the competition. He's doing something that we would joke about with Sean Gary for years, right? We're about quote unquote Michigan football players who get a lot of hype, but we don't really see a lot of the pop plays. The plays like, whoa, look at that strip sack. He's the best player on the field. Aidan Hutchinson, 2 straight weeks in a row, has been the best player on the field. Unblockable. Impacting the game, just totally disrupting what the other team's offense is trying to do, and clearly the emotional leader for this team. I can't say enough about him. I thought Daxton Hill continues to be both effective in the passing and running game. I thought that Josh Ross also did a good job today with filling his gaps. That's the thing about a 3-4 defense. It's really important. Everybody is disciplined with their run fits, because if you're out of place, you don't have the extra lineman in that initial line of scrimmage, and you can get gashed pretty easily. So, I thought they played very well today, and something definitely to continue to build on.
I mean, I talked about it last week, and I think at that point. I think Aidan was my MVP of the game, but that defense, to me, anytime your front 4 can get pressure, you're living right, because and really that's what you have with Aidan Hutchinson. He's a monster. He is just a man amongst boys. He's playing really well. The thing that I love is he is the technician with his hands. Like, you can watch him and how he hand fights, and he's got the Chase Winovich motor. Like, he never stops going, and it's
great combination.
Right. That's literally exactly what you want. Like, because the thing is at the end of the day, if Chase had that type of hand fighting and was a technician as far as with his hands, like, I think Chase would have probably been drafted a bit higher. And we texted during the game, and you had just said, Chase is playing like a first-round draft pick, and I'm not sure I was very clear with it, and I responded, he is, I meant not. I didn't mean that he is playing like a first-round draft pick. I meant he is a first-round draft pick. Like, he's that good. And he's going to have to continue to be that disruptive, moving forward for the team to be where, everybody wants to be. And
like a Bosa brother. He's playing like a Bosa brother.
Yeah.
Like he's playing like that, and I'm so happy to say that. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. That's how I feel. Like I'm he's playing at an elite defensive. he's playing at that level, and it's we have a guy like that. It totally disrupts your whole offense in terms of play calling. And he's mocked to go 13. He continues to play like this, that's going to go up. He continues to play like this, he may be in the top 7. Like he's playing. Outside of the Oregon defensive end, he actually was out. I can't think of his last name.
Thibodeau.
Yeah, Thibodeau.
He is a monster.
He's a monster too. But outside of Thibodeau, he may be the best. He's playing the best DN right now.
And he's big. Like, the thing is, and maybe I'm just, my perception is off, but he looks a good 50 pounds heavier, maybe 60 pounds heavier than Chase was. Like he looks very
Well,
big.
He's a better talent. See, Chase was a try hard, pure effort guy, and those you need guys like that, right? Motor, high motor. Aidan has the motor, but Aidan is also just physically gifted. Aidan is 6'6", 260, 270.
That's
He's an athletic freak. I mean, like it's just different. Like so, it's like he's very gifted. That's it, and he's put it all together. And when you have a guy who has great raw uh, athletic body, and then raw athletic ability, and then you combine that with becoming a technician, which it seems like he is. Like you can see the hand fighting, the swim moves, the rips. You know, sometimes he'll just bull rush you. Like he has variations, in which ways he can attack an offensive lineman. You don't know what's coming. You know he's coming your direction. We have no idea how he's going to beat you. No, all hats off to him, man. And if he continues to play like that, they're going to be very disruptive. Very disruptive.
Yeah. It's there is a comment about just basically when here we go. So it says the defense struggled when they started to pass the ball. Is that a coincidence? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I thought when Washington, especially in the fourth quarter, started to become more, successful at passing the ball, our pass rush wasn't nearly as effective. The quarterback had pretty good amount of time to get the ball out. And I just think that was like the main thing. It's like anything else, like you saw in the other games today too, Oregon, Ohio State. If the quarterback has time, any defense can get shredded with the passing game.
Sure.
It's hard for even the best corners in the country, NFL, college. It's hard to check a receiver for more than a few seconds. It's just hard.
Yeah.
So I thought that was and the announcer even talked about during the game, the great pass rush that Michigan was getting earlier in the game. They were not. Was it fatigue? Could have been. But no, I don't think it was that, Washington figured out that we had weakness for our secondary as much as it was potentially fatigue, and we just weren't getting a pass rush, we were getting earlier in the game. That's why I saw.
Yeah, and I think part of it comes down to, you think about it with even the NFL game of, when you get up big and like the game is essentially over, like you get in kind of that prevent defense where it may not be what you typically would run. Like, you know what I mean? It's just you're just trying to prevent a touchdown. Like that's all that it is. So I'm not overly concerned, like, because like I said, at the end of the day, you gave up 10 points, like, and it was, I can live with giving up 10 points at the end of the day. Like I can live with that. So I think they'll be fine. I don't think the corners for Michigan are elite, but I think having, a guy like Aidan, on the front line and just being able to generate pressure with your front four is going to help. It's going to help those guys.
Your cousin Upshaw got some pressure too.
No relation.
Got some pressure too. I mean, look, man, a really good front four, that can hide a lot of issues. It hides a lot. So as long as they continue to do that, they'll be fine. Yeah, they'll be fine. I mean, you saw Oregon today, like when Oregon really couldn't stop Ohio State from scoring, especially in the second half. C.J. Stroud had like 465 passing yards, something crazy like that. But down the stretch of that game, they got like 2 or 3 sacks. The last possession Ohio State had. It's just that's the ultimate equalizer. So, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. I'm not too worried about that. Defense looks good. I'm not worried about the defense yet.